Well, howdy, partners. Welcome to Western Cinema Presents. Today's feature, The Wild Bunch Director's Cut from 1969. I don't know where our pal and compadre deleted scenes is. He may be running a little late. Anyway, let's tell you about the synopsis of The Wild Bunch. The matter of American Western Sam Peckinpah directs stellar cast movie set that portrayed new life and genre and the background realistic portrayal of on-screen violence. This explosive adventure drama is about the last of the legendary lawless breed of who lived to kill and killed to live. This bitter, brutal story of magnificent losers in a dying West remains one of the on-screen's all-lifetime classics. This is from 1969, starring Sam Peckinpah, William Holden, Ernest Borgnine, Robert Ryan, Edmund O'Brien, Warren Oates, Jamie Sanchez, Ban Johnson, Emilio Fernandez, Scooter. Starter Martin, L.Q. Jones, Albert Decker, Bo Hopkins, Dub Taylor, George Resnick, and Alfonso Herrero. You might know that guy from Romance in the Stone or The Three Amigos. And let me see. Let's see if we can find our compadre deleted. Oh no. I hate when a message gets covered up. All right. I asked the question. Let's see if he responds. Well, so anyway, yeah, there's the screening room for those of you interested to watch along. The screening room is right there. And I see we have Connie clearly in the chat. Welcome, our bird friend and proud channel member to both Deleted Scenes and my channel. Let's see. And we have Connie clearly. Well, so glad you're here. Well, maybe we need to share this out and let the good folks know that we're live with Western Cinema Presents. All right, let's see. Sharing that out to Facebook. Now we'll share it out on X. We're live, people. We're live. As much as we'd love to show you these here great westerns, we cannot show you these great westerns here because we are highly restricted to copyright law, and we're no major network or player, so we can't obtain the rights to show you said film. But we do provide a way you can uh, watch along with us. That number that should be pinned. Oh, I didn't pin it. Oh yeah, it's okay. It's pinned at my chat, and if deleted scenes arrives, hopefully he'll pin it to his chat. So if you're ready and willing, I'm gonna load up the screening room, and we'll begin this film. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, get your spurs ready, and we're doing the Wild Bunch director's cut. And here we go. Wait a minute. Why is that not sharing? That's funny. Okay. There we go. Now we should be good. Hello, Mr. Angel. Good to see you. Hello, JPRH1. Always good to see you, my friend. Today's feature is The Wild Bunch Director's Cut, Sam Peckinpah's 1969 Western classic. And I believe Deleted will be along shortly, hopefully. Hopefully he will. Yeah, they're always making changes in the Cosme app. Always upgrading their software. Yeah, they're going to prevent a bank robbery. Posed as soldiers. Excuse me. No worries, anonymous koala. You have a good day, and let anybody know who does have time to watch this with us today. And come back every Sunday at this time, where we're playing a new Western or a different Western each and every Sunday. There he is. There's the man. There's deleted. I see you, buddy. We are 7 minutes, 21 seconds along in the film. Yeah. I kill him now. Well, I didn't know if you were coming or not. Deleted. Well, I have a schedule to keep, and I keep to it. As sure as there's air in my lungs and a heartbeat, there will be Western Cinema Presents each and every Sunday here on the Outlaw Bill YouTube channel, co-hosted by our good buddy Deleted Scenes. I may get things late, but I always have that. By the way, Deleted Scenes, I don't know if you noticed, but our we're probably going to have uh, Nina suggested this, that we got a million, 1 million views for our Western cinema of Rio Bravo. Yeah. One, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. We did something 2 years, I think, believe it was 2 years ago or 3 years ago. Rio Bravo with John Wayne has now surpassed 1 million views. Hail, Deleted Scenes. Welcome to the
Oh,
party.
just in time for carnage.
Huh? We're now 12 minutes, 22 seconds into the film. Link should be posted at the top. All right, here. And again, right here. If you do not have a physical copy, you can watch along in our affiliate link, but we cannot show you these here on YouTube because they are copyrighted films and copyrighted material. So that's a no for us. We can't show you copyrighted material as much as we'd like to.
And yes, she did miss on purpose.
How you doing today? Deleted scenes?
Well, so far, so good. Can't complain.
I remember experiencing rain and windy weather.
Mm, mm. That's probably the most effed up part of the whole thing is like the kids burning up the scorpion.
Yeah.
Really? This is a movie that gives zero Fs and no one is safe. So
Hello, Alistair's Queen Emma. Welcome. We're watching our westerns. 1969 classic, The Wild Bunch, director's cut, Sam Peckinpah.
hello to Mr. Angel, channel member JPRPH1, and of course, Faithful Blue Wrench, channel member, the Bird Woman of U2. Watch out for your second channel, Fluff Check Productions, Connie Clearing. And of course,
No,
hello
no,
to
I
everyone.
shot him.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Just you check to see if my .6 bullet hit him.
Mm.
Yeah, my kid's boots.
And oddly, the one time in the whole movie anybody honestly apologizes for anything.
Yeah.
Oh, but we're not done yet.
Your wish is my command.
Hmm. Didn't want to slow him down. So now you're down to kind of our core group of the bunch here. Hmm.
Boy, he sure is hell bent on getting his guy, isn't he?
He is.
He's kind of like the Pat Garrett. He used to run with the outlaws, and now he's hunting the outlaws.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, they sure make the Yuma prison sound like a hell on earth. Washers. they were they were screwed. They,
Oh, that's a
they
funny
robbed
story, Mark.
they were robbed for what? They robbed the bank
Yeah.
for washers. They were set up.
Yep.
That's that's why all the heat was there. All the cow.
What an eccentric performance. Just as crazy as you. All for one and all that. Even if you don't particularly like the guy, still your partner.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Even the kids laughing. Was that were they being haunted by the Pinkertons? I don't remember.
Yeah. Yeah, I expect they were.
He said it was hot. Jeez. Don't expect cold.
And here we go.
No worries, Connie.
Yeah, I was a little late myself, as it turned out. So, but we're here. We're about, let's see. I read 39 minutes, 36, 37, 38 seconds into the movie.
Yep.
Cosme is up and running. You can join us, of course, live on Cosme. Those of you who are new to the show, we cannot air the film live as it is not yet in public domain, sadly. We don't want the studios to send any bounty hunters after us, so we cannot air the film. And of course, we can't exactly pay off Warner Brothers because they can be a little tough about it. Warner Brothers doesn't like YouTubers too much.
Well, I have something to say about a Warner Brothers film I just recently watched, and I'm questioning
Oh,
myself, why did I watch that? I just watched the Joker with a last name, the other part I can't pronounce. Something Balad. Yeah.
oh, did
Anyway,
you?
that's how I feel about the film. What a waste of time. It was a pain to watch.
Hmm.
You know the feeling? Well, Joker, the original Joker from 2019 was okay. This was definitely a sequel that was not needed. And I kept saying to myself, self, this is a real piece of garbage film. Why? And it was agonizing to get through.
Hmm.
But I had to have my opinion on my own, so I had to watch it in its entirety. It was
Yeah.
painful.
The one thing that we want people to remember when we review these movies, whether it be a good review, bad review, whatever, we're not telling anybody not to watch. We're merely giving an opinion, and if that helps one way or the other, yeah. Um, but we are watching a what appears to be a much better movie today, The Wild
Yeah,
Hunt,
yeah,
and
absolutely,
of
absolutely.
course we just had the scene between Freddie and Pike where we find out that Clarence, who is Bill Hopkins' character, who got killed during the failed heist, was actually his grandson, and he didn't tell Pike. He's not so upset that the kid got killed, but did he do a good job?
Hmm.
That's just you know. This is heading into our sort of second act of the film, where the remaining members of the bunch have made it into Mexico, uh, still being chased by the posse being led by Thornton, who's kind of being forced into it, of course, because he doesn't want to go back to prison. And they've mentioned the character of the General Mapache, who we're going to be seeing later on in the film. Yeah, guys, don't do that. No, serious. I'm actually kind of being dead serious here for a minute. Do not do that. Now, this is referred to as a director's cut, but
Hmm.
honestly, this is the only version of it I've ever seen.
are drinking tequila. It's clear, looks like water, but it ain't water. Here's the arrival of the general,
Mhm.
the Mexican general. He's a mean one.
Yeah, Dutch has got the right idea. Dutch is my favorite character in the movie, and if I were one of these guys, I would probably be the most like him. Ah, shit.
It's his sister.
No. I don't think she's a sister. I think
Oh,
she's like supposed to be like an ex girlfriend or something.
oh,
Yes,
yeah.
she was a woman. Yeah. Bye bye. Oh, by the way, the Germans are here.
Yeah. They speak perfectly good English with the good accents, too.
Current government or the government we're going to have in 4 days?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Oh, something got my throat there. Okay, I think I have it out now. All right, we're good. Back to the movie. Timestamp I have is 59 minutes, 5 seconds. If you're just joining us, we still have a ways to go yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thornton deciding, I'm going to ride behind these guys here for a while.
Sergeant Holka from Stripes with Bill
Yeah.
Murray.
Warren Oates, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, button that sauerkraut.
Hey, there's plenty of hoes to go around. Oh.
Yeah, in this movie, yeah. And of course, say, hey, El Guapo's here. Alfonso
Yeah.
Arau, actor, director, very prolific.
Even the general's drunk,
Yeah.
barely stand. That wasn't necessary. Uncork the just uncork the bunghole and you could drink. Ah, they're bathing in wine. Oh, they're in a barrel of wine. I thought they were just in a normal hot tub. I'm serious. I think the beer goggles are working pretty darn good for that fella. Oh, the train robbery. The train robbery. I really like this train robbery scene. It's a spectacle of spectacles. how are they trained? I don't know, Tim. You could be the judge of that. His uniforms make it look like they're Boy Scouts, like older Boy
Yeah.
Scouts. It's very confusing. It's like, gee, there's some really old Boy Scouts. Nice to have you with us, FKHC 2005, sometimes
Welcome.
known as Tim. Ah, very cool. Very neat. Very fun historical fact. That's very interesting, Tim. This was during the Mexican Border War,
Yes.
1910 through 1919. You look at the U.S. Mexican border; it's just a line in the set. Yeah, hence.
Hmm.
Yep,
Mm.
it's going down. Trump just got robbed,
Uh,
and you're.
uh, Captain.
Wait a minute,
That guy. They're about
that one
12.
really is a Boy Scout. They really are Boy Scouts. Some of them are that darn young.
And I'm like, he's like, shit. Well, I got what I got, These guys.
Oh shit! Here
Yeah,
comes the pursuers.
here we go. Mm. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You were left just on the track, sitting there. You were sitting duck.
Oh, Snapple. That's just almost hamburger there.
To be fair, Tim, this was 1969, so.
Mikhail's maybe the early years. Yeah. All right. We're about 1:20:45 into the movie. Still got about an other hour or so to go of it.
Yeah, 120, 120:59 is what I got.
Yeah, this movie's not yet begun to fight. There's still plenty to go. If you're joining us late, this is
Grenades.
Do you want to remind anybody who might be joining us late, or if you're new to the show, we cannot air the movie as it is not yet public domain, but you can follow along with us on Cosme. The link is at the top of both chats. If you are new to either Bill's channel or mine, or to the channels of those in our chat, please subscribe.
Yeah.
We do this show every week at the same time.
Very funny, Tim. If they could get that car up to 8 miles per hour. It's throwing a different color logs. Train's going backwards. Go ahead, make that noise, that weird growl again. Harg. He's like squeezing. It's like ah. That would probably derail those cars.
Now, you notice what happened there, right? He just put this whole thing on to Thornton.
Yeah.
He's already in enough trouble.
Leaving the United States. Oh, do they actually have a sign that actually said that?
Oh,
Uh-oh.
they do in the movies.
They're gonna blow the bridge.
Excuse me.
Well, his belly actually did get filled with lead.
Oh, shit.
Ah, now you're getting the wagon stuck. Yeah, man, the fuse is lit. Get that wagon out of there. One less Boy Scout. Come on, Puck. Come on.
Hasta lasagna, don't get any on you.
Oh, shit. That's one way to make a man earn his badges.
Yeah.
Badges? We don't got
You
no
don't need no
stinking
stinking
badges.
badges. Come on, damn it. Oh.
We call that a Texas river ride. What? Mexico. What do you mean, Mexico river ride?
Well, it depends on which side of the border they fell on.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're closer to it than I am, so.
Yeah, I'm 50 miles away. An hour drive. And that looks like a bottle of whiskey or rum. Here, boys, have a drink. You earned it today. Hey, wait a minute, I want some. I didn't get any. None for you, cabron. Oh wait, here's another bottle. You snooze, you lose, buddy. No whiskey for you, cabron. Hey, wait a minute. Isn't that Mike TV? Well, she could get shot at any second, but yes, she's smiling and singing like there ain't no care in the world. Run, little Forrest, run! Gutter trash. Yeah, yeah. We're after men. They found the rebels.
Tim, if I see a sign for Valley Lodge in this movie, I would suggest go the other way. It'll be dark soon. There is no way out of here. Wherein we will engage in a discussion about having a plethora of something.
Yes. I need you to help me make the Rufus escape for romancing the stone.
Devil's breath.
Oh boy. Told you, he warned you.
We have a plethora of fuses. Oh God, stop. Oh, sorry. All right. Which one of you G sticks fired? Your ID. Oh. Wow. Damn. All right, we're real healthy. Fuck. Wait, we get worse.
I think this is the same place they filmed The Last Crusade. The canyon looks
Could have been.
very much the same. Mm. We are at 1 hour 48 minutes 43 seconds. A caca. That don't sound appealing.
That's what it sounded like you said. Yeah.
That's a horrible name. A caca.
Mhm.
I wouldn't be shaking dynamite. It's got a history of being very sensitive, and it sweats. It must be mounted on a tripod, you idiots. Here we go. Dumbasses. Everybody duck. Nine, nine, nine. That's one dog you should definitely keep on a leash. Never walk that dog without its leash. The German was trying to tell you it's got to be mounted on a tripod, you dummy. Oh,
Way out. Yeah, that's why you need guns and ammo all the time, because you burn through them before you get a chance to use them.
oh, now you tell him to put it on a tripod. Nice. Edge.
Now, Dutch does not want to leave Angel behind because, he saved them during the heist, saved him from becoming a hamburger. But he realizes that if he starts anything now, it's just going to be the two of them, and there will be no chance. Mhm. Mhm. Run for it, Freddy. Ah, he's an idiot, but he can actually shoot. That's the thing. Yeah. My boy Dutch betting out some knowledge here. By the time the guy hits the ground, Mexico would have had a new government 3 times. Yeah. Just check IMDb. No, it's not the same place. Okay. Timestamp. I have 157:45. Ow. Ah, Snapple.
Damn, the kids are even riding the poor guy.
Yeah.
Ah, they're even burning them with fireworks. For good measure, I guess. What a waste of good booze. Yeah. But they have a plethora of booze.
Let's go. strangest episode of Cheek on Demand I've ever seen. Yeah.
Oh shit. Yep. Ah, kill them all.
Ah, yeah,
Especially that guy.
Guapo's gone. Yes, it is, Tim.
Why we love it.
Renata.
Damn whore. Damn, the kid shot him.
Yeah.
Yes, he's dead, Jim. Dead. Those were Mexican chickens. Wait a minute, that guy's still breathing. You can feel him still breathing. Oopsies. He sure did take a lot of fellas with him, though. There's one of the Mexican chickens still waiting for its meal.
Yes, where is Jess? Where indeed? Oh, there they go. You got off screen to death. Of course, here comes Freddy and Timer from the village. Yeah. Excuse me. All right. Well, that was the
The
Wild
Wild
Bunch.
Bunch.
Yes. Always referred to as the director's cut, yet this is the only edition of it I've ever actually seen. So, all right. So to me, this always was the movie. You know, I don't think I would accept any other version personally.
Mm.
All right. Shall I consult the scrolls?
Yes, consult the scrolls.
And of course, by scrolls, I mean IMDb Pro. The Wild Bunch was released June 19th, 1969. An estimated budget of $6.2 million. Sam Peckinpah was nominated for a Directors Guild Award. And the film itself was nominated for 2 Oscars for screenplay and music. Filming locations include a number of places with whom their names I'm going to murder. So I'm not going to do it. There were a number of locations in Mexico and Arizona. Pretty much any place they said they were during the course of the movie, that's where they actually were. Let me put it that way. All right. Moving on to trivia. There's quite a few. 126 items. I don't think I'm going to be able to get through all of them without taking up an extra 3 hours. So I'm going to go through some of them here. All right. Supposedly more blank rounds were discharged during the production than live rounds were fired during the Mexican Revolution of 1910, around which the film is loosely based. In total, 90,000 rounds were fired, all blanks. Ernest Borgnine's limp wasn't acting. He broke his foot while filming The Split and had to wear a cast throughout the Mexican location shoot. Before William Holden was cast, the role was turned down by Lee Marvin, Burt Lancaster, James Stewart, Charlton Heston, Gregory Peck, Sterling Hayden, Richard Boone, and Robert Mitchum. Marvin actually accepted the role but pulled out after he was offered a larger pay deal to star in Paint Your Wagon. He also felt that the film was too similar to The Professionals, in which he co-starred with Robert Ryan. 7 identical costumes were made for each main actor. All of them were ruined during filming. And you do see them deteriorate throughout the film, if you're paying attention. The budget went from 3.5 to 6 million, and the original 70-day shooting schedule increased to 81. There were not enough uniforms for all of the stunt people and extras in the gun battle. If someone was filmed getting shot, costume people would repair a uniform by washing off the fake blood, taping or painting over the bullet holes, drying the paint, and sending either the same or a different performer out to get shot again. The image of the scorpion being dropped into anthill was suggested by Emilio Fernandez because he and his friends used to do that as children. Yike. The image was not in the script. Okay. Guess they didn't have PETA around in those days, huh? The train robbery itself was not in the script. All scenes were improvised on the spot the same day. The same thing with the walk for the bunch to help Angel. The last scene to be completed was the exploding bridge over the Rio Nazas, substituting for the Rio Bravo. 5 stuntmen, each was paid $2,000, and 6 cameras were used. The scene was shot in one take. One camera fell into the river and was lost. And
Oops.
Hello to Big Al presents.
Hey, Big Al.
I am going to be joining Al this Friday for Films with Friends. We are going to be watching Space Invaders from 1983.
Ah, cool.
All right. This film was adapted from a story thought up by Roy N. Sickner, an actor and stuntman. Waylon Green wrote the script, which was then rewritten by Sam Peckinpah. Green felt that Peckinpah's rewrite was substantial enough to deserve credit, but he had to lobby the WGA to allow Peckinpah credit. Green has always said he was grateful to Peckinpah for not rewriting too much of the script just to get credit. Green, Sickner, and Peckinpah all shared Academy Award nominations for Best Screenplay, the only Oscar nomination Peckinpah ever received in his entire career. They didn't win. The famous last walk was improvised by Sam Peckinpah during the shoot. Originally, the scene was to begin with the bunch leaving the whorehouse and immediately cut to the confrontation with Mapache. Once the decision was made to lengthen the scene, many of the Mexican extras were choreographed by the assistant directors while the scene was filming. Peckinpah had it filmed with a special depth of field lens, which had the effect of keeping all of the people in the frame, including those in the foreground, in sharp focus as the bunch walks forward. The name The Wild Bunch was first applied by the press to a gang of outlaws active in Oklahoma and the Indian Territories, headed by Bill Doolin. Every member of that gang eventually died violently. Later, the name The Wild Bunch was applied by the press to the Hole in the Wall gang of Butch Cassidy. After filming the scene where Ernest Borgnine and William Holden sit by a campfire and their characters vowed that they wouldn't have it any other way, it was hard for director Sam Peckinpah to yell cut because he was crying. During the opening robbery scene, 2 children are seen holding each other and watching as one of the robbers rides by on horseback and scoops up a bag of money lying on the ground. The boy in that scene is Matthew Peckinpah, director Sam Peckinpah's son. Sam Peckinpah's first 2 choices for the role of Deke Thornton were Richard Harris, who had co-starred in Major Dundee, and Brian Keith, who had worked with Peckinpah on The Westerner and The Deadly Companions. Harris was never formally approached, but Keith was and turned the part down. Excluding the start and end credits, this film contains about 2,721 edits and 138 minutes of action. This equates to an average shot length of 3 seconds. The shootout at Bloody Porch contains 325 edits and 5 minutes of action for an average shot length of slightly under 1 second. The modern sidearms, the film's setting is 1916, that the Bishop gang carries are Colt M1911 automatic pistols and Winchester M1897 pump-action shotguns. The water-cooled heavy machine gun is the Browning M1917. U.S. and Mexican soldiers use M1903 Springfield rifles. All of the aforementioned weapons were used in World War I by the U.S. Army. While the 1897 Winchester shotgun was featured prominently, they were not used exclusively by the bunch. The shotgun that Crazy Lee had at the start of the movie in the railroad office did not have an exposed hammer, which was something all 1897s have. Neither the 1897 nor the Winchester Model 12 had a trigger disconnector, which means that the trigger could be continually depressed, and every time the slide was pumped, it would fire. Since this is what we see the bunch doing as they are firing through the railroad office windows at the bounty hunters on the roof. At least the shotgun that Crazy Lee loaned briefly to Abe must have been an M12, based on it not having an exposed hammer. This can be seen most clearly when Crazy Lee is firing at the three people he was holding in the office after they tried to escape. According to L.Q. Jones, he and Strother Martin approached director Sam Peckinpah with an idea to add more depth to their characters, T.C. and Coffer. The idea was to, here we go. The idea was to add a hint of a homosexual relationship between their characters. Peckinpah liked the idea, and the footage made it to the final release version. Did anybody get that at all in the film?
I certainly wasn't paying attention.
I know. Okay.
I wasn't looking for it either.
Wasn't looking for it. No.
That is no.
Well, at least they died together. Shit. Okay.
Hey, West Cagle.
Hello, the West Cagle. You're coming in at just the right time.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, fucking IMDb. Okay. Nope, not at all. Okay. All right. Moving on. All right. The page jumped on me. Give me a moment, folks. We're going to read off a few more of these. This was the final film of Albert Decker, who played Harrigan, the railroad man. He died 5/5/68 at the age of 62.
Wow, that's kind of young.
So he died previous to might even have died during filming. Who knows? Wow, because the movie came out in 69. So
yeah.
Okay. John Wayne complained that the film destroyed the myth of the Old West. The movie's line, "If they move, kill 'em," was voted as number 72 of the 100 greatest movie lines by Premiere Magazine in 2007. In 2007, the American Film Institute ranked this as number 79 on the greatest movies of all time list, and ranked number 6 on the American Film Institute's list of the 10 greatest films in the Western genre in June of 2008. Before filming began, William Holden and Sam Peckinpah argued over the mustache that Peckinpah felt that Holden's character, Pike Bishop, would wear, because Holden reportedly did not like his image on film with one. Peckinpah won the argument, and Holden wore a fake mustache during filming. All right. Following the film's production, it was severely edited by the studio, and producer Phil Feldman, in Sam Peckinpah's absence, cut its length by about 20 minutes. Remarkably, none of the excised footage was violent. Due to its violence, the film was originally threatened with an X rating by the MPAA, newly created Production Code Administration, but an R rating was its final decision. The film was restored to its original director's cut length of 143 minutes, which we watched just now, and threatened with an NC-17 rating when submitted to the MPAA Ratings Board in 1993, prior to a re-release in 1994, holding up the film's re-release for many months. The reinstated scenes, including 2 important flashbacks from Pike's past, and a battle scene between Pancho Villa's rebels and General Mapache's forces at the telegraph station, depicted the underlying character and motivations of the leader of the bunch. According to editor Lou Lombardo, the original release print contains some 3,643 editorial cuts, more than any other Technicolor film ever processed. Some of these cuts are near subliminal, consisting of 3 or 4 frames, making them almost imperceptible to the naked eye. At least 3 names from this film have been used in the television series Buffy the Vampire Slayer. In addition to starring a vampire character named Angel, the series also had an episode entitled Bad Eggs, which featured 2 vampire cowboys named Lyle and Tector Gorch. Also, Luke Perry's character's last name in the film version is Pike. Yeah. And if you remember the movie Blind Fury with Rutger Hauer, there's a Lyle and Tector in that movie as well, who are kind of these cowboy redneck brothers. Yeah. All right. Walter Brennan, Andy Clyde, Lee J. Cobb, William Demarest, Paul Fix, and Jason Robards were all considered to play Freddie Sykes. The song Polly Wolly Doodle was prominently featured in Frank Capra's You Can't Take It With You, where Dub Taylor, Reverend Wainscott in this film, plays the song several times on a xylophone. You Can't Take It With You was Taylor's film debut. Sam Peckinpah's Polly Wolly Doodle, presented in its sinister context, contrasts sharply with the carefree Capra rendition. Deke Thornton describes General Mapache as a killer for Huerta. He was referring to real-life General Victoriano Huerta, who had overthrown and murdered Mexican President Francisco I. Madero in 1913, setting off a civil war. The Mexican town this film was shot in, Paris, in Coahuila State, was Madero's birthplace. Emilio Fernandez, who plays Mapache, was a follower of a subsequent Mexican revolutionary, Adolfo de la Huerta. Not the same person, actually represented opposing factions in the revolution. Victoriano died of cirrhosis as an exile in El Paso in 1916, long before Adolfo's rise. Adolfo de la Huerta was eventually defeated and Fernandez was captured, tried for treason and sentenced to 20 years in prison. He escaped and fled to Los Angeles, California, where he found his way into the film industry and began a lifelong friendship with director John Ford. After he returned to Mexico, he became an actor and director and gained a reputation as one of the greatest filmmakers in the history of Mexican cinema. Okay. In an interview, Ben Johnson said that the Mexican women who frolicked with him and Warren Oates into huge wine vats weren't actresses, but prostitutes from a nearby brothel who were hired by Sam Peckinpah so he can tell people that Warner Brothers paid for hookers first cast. Oh, boy. Oh, making this film was a trip. The song Polly Wolly Doodle was also featured in S.O.B. William Holden is in both films. According to Harrigan, Thornton is Pike's Judas goat. A Judas goat is an animal trained to lead others into a slaughterhouse. Its life is spared as it betrays its own kind. According to Paul Cedar in his book, Peckinpah, the Western Films, A Reconsideration, it was a preliminary showing of a 151-minute-long rough cut in Kansas City, Missouri on May 5th, 1969 that started the controversy over the extreme violence of this film. Several members of the audience in the theater reportedly ran out the exits into a nearby alley to vomit. The film had already been given the R rating by the MPAA 16 days earlier on April 15th. But the uproar over the Kansas City preview was a sign of things to come when the film got its theatrical release some 7 weeks later. Let me read off a few more here. Robert Ryan's incessant complaints about not receiving top billing so annoyed director Sam Peckinpah that he decided to punish Ryan. In the opening credits, after freezing the screen on close-up of William Holden's and Ernest Borgnine's faces while listing them, Peckinpah froze the scene on several horses' rear ends as Ryan's was listed. Sam Peckinpah's collaboration with producer Phil Feldman started out better than any he'd ever had or ever would again. L.Q. Jones commented, "If it wasn't for Phil Feldman, I don't think Sam would have made anything of consequence. Phil understood that you don't harness a hummingbird." Feldman gave Peckinpah tips on characters, dialogue lines, scene placement, and even changed Peckinpah's mind on how these scorpions consumed by ant shots should be integrated into the opening credits. Sam Peckinpah had long decided where he wanted to go with the look of the film. He recalled a hunting trip during the filming of Ride to High Country, which is a film we've done here previously. And after shooting a buck, told a friend, the bullet went in the size of a dime, but the blood in the snow was the size of a salad plate. That's the way violence is. That's the way death is. And that's what I want to do on film. Lou Lombardo showed Sam Peckinpah how he had edited a death scene for the Felony Squad. He had triple printed a death scene, which made it last much longer using slow motion in different angles. Said Lombardo, that impressed Phil Feldman and Sam too. He said, that's how we're going to do the Wild Bunch. But not all of it. The shoot itself went surprisingly well. In all 79 days, there were only 2 small accidents. Ben Johnson broke his finger on the machine gun, and William Holden burned his arm with a misfired squib, but the dust and heat were relentless. According to legendary stuntman Joe Knott, who also worked on Major Dundee, we were out in an area that was so dry, the cactus had dried up, and the horn tones carried canteens. Nevertheless, Sam Peckinpah insisted that the movie had to be filmed in Mexico. He had previously worked on the Paramount script for Villa Rides and had already worked Pancho Villa into the script. Indirectly, though, the subplot involving this subplot involving the stolen army guns. Some of the locations were used were even evident in the footage shot decades before during the actual Mexican Revolution. Sam Peckinpah would occasionally make some changes to the script in certain scenes as he went along. For example, he added the character of Crazy Lee to the opening railroad robbery and hired Bo Hopkins to play him. Sometimes he would drop dialogue he deemed unnecessary in scenes where the action told the whole story, such as the line Ernest Borgnine delivers to William Holden, "We're doing it right this time," during the final shootout at Mapache's fort. Sam Peckinpah would drive his crew so hard that it sometimes created friction and confrontations between him and certain cast members. Early in the shooting, William Holden threatened to walk off the set if Peckinpah continued to verbally abuse the crew in his presence. Robert Ryan threatened to punch the director after he made Ryan spend 10 days in costume and makeup without filming any scenes or allowing him a few days off to campaign for Senator Robert Kennedy. Ernest Borgnine also promised to, and I quote, beat the shit out of Peckinpah if the director didn't allow him some release from the throat-clogging dust that was affecting the actor's breathing on location. Wow. Editor Lou Lombardo would later recall, over time, we became the Wild Bunch. I saw what Holden was doing. He was playing Sam. He was running the bunch like Sam ran the crew. For the key scene in which Pike blows the bridge out from under Deke, Sam Peckinpah gave very specific instructions to special effects technician Bud Holbert, who was no expert on dynamite, but was using 50 to 60 sticks of it for the explosive effect. Stuntman Joe Knott was concerned that the men on horseback could be hurt or killed if they went into the water too early before the final dynamite charge was set off. However, Holbard refused to heed Knutt's warning. So, according to Marshall Fine in Bloody Sam, The Life and Films of Sam Peckinpah, unbeknownst to Peckinpah and Holbert, Canutt enlisted Gordon T. Dawson, in charge of the costume and wardrobe department, to stand near Holbert holding a club behind his back. Dawson's instructions from Canutt were explicit. If anyone goes into the water before Holbert blows the right charge, hit Holbert over the head with the club, knock him out before he can set off the last explosive. Fortunately for everyone, the sequence went off as planned, and no one was actually blown up or clubbed over the head.
Well, that's good.
All right. I'll do a few more here and then close it out. During the screening in New York, Sam Peckinpah invited Jay Cox of Time magazine, who brought his friend Martin Scorsese. They sat in an empty Warner Brothers screening room with only two other critics, Judith Crist and Rex Reed. The final scene knocked them out of their seats. Recalled Scorsese, "We were mesmerized by it. It was obviously a masterpiece. It was real filmmaking, using film in such a way that no other form could do it. It couldn't be done any other way. To see that in an American filmmaker was so exciting." Cox remembered that he and Scorsese literally turned to each other at the end and were stunned. "We were looking at each other, shaking our heads like we had just come out of a shared fever dream." Okay. Going to read a few more here. Here are some interesting almost castings. Henry Fonda, Glenn Ford, Van Heflin, Ben Johnson, who later became Tector, and Arthur Kennedy were considered for the role of Deke Thornton. Charles Bronson, Jim Brown, Alex Cord, Robert Culp, Sammy Davis Jr., Richard Jekyll, Steve McQueen, George Peppard, and Jason Robards were considered to play Dutch. Robert Blake was the original choice to play Angel, but he asked for too much money. Sam Peckinpah saw Jaime Sanchez in the Broadway production of Sidney Lumet's The Pawnbroker and was so impressed, and he demanded that he be cast as Angel. Okay. Lou Lombardo and Sam Peckinpah remained in Mexico for 6 months editing the picture. After initial cuts, the opening gunfight sequence ran 21 minutes. By cutting frames from specific scenes and intercutting others, they were able to fine-cut the opening robbery down to 5 minutes. All right. Last one. In a 2002 retrospective, Roger Ebert, who saw the original version at the world premiere in 1969 during the golden age of the junket, when Warner Brothers screened 5 of its new films in the Bahamas for 450 critics and reporters, said that back then he had publicly declared the film a masterpiece during the junket's press conference, prompted by comments from a reporter from the Reader's Digest who got up to ask, why was this film ever made? He compared the film to Pulp Fiction and praised and condemned with equal vehemence. All right. If you want to catch the other trivia, there's much more. You can check it out on IMDb Pro. Like I said, if I read off the rest of them, we'd probably be here for a few more hours. So, yeah. These scrolls are closed.
Scrolls are closed? Okay.
Made a command decision. Scrolls are closed.
Okay. Wow.
Huh.
I was thinking next week we'll do a modern one, 2001. Cowboy Up, starring what's his name? Kiefer Sutherland, Daryl Hannah, Molly Ringwald, Al Corley, Marcus Thomas, Timothy Daly, Pete Poswife, and Julian Daly. Yeah, it's a kind of an interesting film. It's got a run time of 1 hour, 45 minutes. Western romance, 2001. Cowboy Up. The other one I had are kind of are long ones because I got Horizon from 2024 here, and
Right,
and
we still got Horizon to do.
Yeah. Old country. So yeah, and then I was maybe thinking this month we can get to the Ballad of Buster Scaggs.
Oh yes, good one. Yeah, Coen Brothers film.
And so I'm also looking for other westerns for us to do. So, let me know.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know Horizon is definitely one we should do before the end of the year. Buster Scruggs, I'm definitely down for that. So yeah, we've got much more on the way here, folks.
And Thursday for Action Theater, we'll do a V for Vendetta.
Yes, V for Vendetta.
I'll get that up there shortly. I will be up before tomorrow. It will be up and posted before tomorrow. Pretty much all I got going on until then.
Any football up tonight, or
I probably won't do football tonight, but next week I'm taking a break for football right now. At least until Thursday.
Fair enough. All right. Well, tonight in 2 hours will be my show, Unscripted. I'm going to be talking a little bit about the upcoming election, some statements that have been made by certain people leading up to the election. And I'm also going to be talking about why my government seems to deem it necessary to kill squirrels. So we're going to be talking about that. And, of course, I will be in the chat over on Aged Boomers, Geeky Geezers program. He and Troy Pacelli are going to be discussing the events of the week. And there will be an immemorial to the late, great, legendary Terry Garr. Yes, there is an election coming up.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, you may have.
Well, are you going to go vote on Tuesday?
We're all supposed to vote on
Tuesday.
Yeah. Well, I'm a contrary. I voted on Monday, so
I didn't get an early ballot, so I have to go to the polls to vote on Tuesday. I finally gotten a thing saying, yeah, you voted in this election and you voted in this election. Are you going to vote in this election? So Nina and I are going to go to the polls on Tuesday and vote.
I know. All right. Of course, later on tonight will be The Other Side of Midnight at 12:05 a.m. on the East Coast, 11:05 Central. Whereas Unscripted is kind of my rant stream. This the Other Side of Midnight's the one where I get to chill and relax with friends, and we kind of take the conversation wherever the conversation goes. You can also join me Tuesday night at 8:30 along with Troy Pacelli, Netters Network, and Aged Boomer for Live from Sparkwood in 21. This week we are going to, it's basically going to be a recap of all 3 seasons of Twin Peaks and what our takeaway of it was. It's essentially going to be our joint review of the series as a whole. So please join us Tuesday night, 8:30. We're going to be kind of counter programming to the election coverage. And also stay tuned right after Sparkwood and 21 has completed. Go over to Troy's channel for his Blake 7 rewatch. I think they're up to episode 7 or 8, something like that. So join us there. I'll be in the chat once again as well. And then, of course, join Bill and myself right back here, 4:30. Thursday afternoon for Action Theater V for Vendetta.
Yep.
All right. Want to thank everyone who joined us, who are watching along with us on Cosme. Everyone who is in the live chat: Tim, Connie, West Cagle, Big Al Presents, Mr. Angel, Alistair's Queen Emma, JPRPH1. All right. Those were the people who joined us in the chat. We had 105 people watching us at one point or another during the course of the show. That's just on my end of the stream. So thank you all, everybody who joined and watched on my channel, everyone who watched on Bill's channel. We all do greatly appreciate it.
Yeah.
Please hit the like, share out the stream. If you are new to our channels, please feel free to subscribe. I do see I have a couple of new subscribers during the course of the show. Thank you. We do this show every week, same time. So feel free to come back and join us again. We, like I said, we do kind of classic Westerns. We do modern. We kind of do mixed genres. Sometimes we will do a horror Western like we did during October. We do comedies as well, comedy Westerns as well. So, we like to mix up the genres a bit. So So if you liked this week's show, feel free to come back and join us once again. I do want to remind everybody, like we do, this is a commentary only track. We have shown public domain movies in the past. We will be doing so again soon. Unfortunately, Wild Bunch is not in the public domain just yet, which is why we had to put it up on Cosme. So those of you who are late to this broadcast or who are watching days or weeks down the line, as some people do, you will need your own physical copy or to find film on streaming or whatnot. I do it, this is one of the reasons, folks, why we suggest and have in high support physical media. So you can follow along without having to use a streaming service or Cosme or anything else.
We actually tried to do the Clint Talk.
We did.
We got shut down. We got shut down by YouTube because the music. There was music.
The film itself is public domain, but as it turns out, there is music used in the film that is not.
The thing is, we could have recorded it as an upload and then uploaded it, but then we wouldn't be a live stream. So yes, Tim was with us that day.
Yeah. So unfortunately, we kind of had to do. We had to quickly go to Cosme to finish that episode.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
So it does happen. It did happen during a Bucket of Blood show where we were doing Freaks for Halloween, and the same thing happened. So that's so. If you're wondering why we didn't show the film when other channels might not, that's one reason. How these, to go off on a bit of a tangent here, why there are channels on YouTube that are showing like recent movies, and I have these channels pop up in my queue all the time where they show movies from this year.
Yeah, sometimes
that will happen.
Those channels are also they're in other countries, and their YouTube rules are different than our rules here in the States.
Yeah.
Oh, and they can get away with different things than we can. If you do it as an upload, you can get away with a lot more than you can versus a live stream.
Yeah. And that's why we're big supporters of channels like Mr. Londell's Groovy Movies, or the channel, it's slipping, the channel name slipping my mind. The guys who present the movie like it's up on a drive-in screen. They can show those movies because those are public domain movies. But the show that we do, we don't always have that luxury. But we do intend to do more public domain movies in the future. It's something we've discussed. We want to do it. Those episodes do very well.
Yeah, well, I think I have Angel and the Birdman in the waiting, so we'll certainly do that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we'll have to research what other ones we could do. Yeah.
All right.
All right, I'll say my parting words. As always, thank you all for being here. Be excellent to one another. Party on, and we can't wait to see you on the next one.
All right. And I would like to once again thank everyone who joined us on Cosme, everyone who joined us in the chat, and all 109 of you that chose to stop by at some point or another and watch the show. Thank you. If you're still here, if you're in the background, that's perfectly fine. You do not have to engage with the chat, just as long as you enjoyed the show. Hit the like, share out the stream. If you're new to Bill's channel or mine, please hit the like. Hit that bell icon for notifications. Subscribe to the channels. From HQ, our second home office in Arizona, all points north, south, east, west, and beyond. Good night. Take care. Stay strong. Be safe. Stay away from those bounty hunters. Make sure that you mount your machine gun on a tripod. And hello to Cam's Crash Courses.
Hey, Cam.
Because this is how we win. Good night.